there's a standard,
Look.
and that's all that we should be talking about is the standard, right? The standard is you have to be able to meet these certain requirements, and one of those requirements is the ability to deploy, to do your job downrange. If you cannot meet that standard, you do not belong in that job.
Right.
Now, and I'm not a Trump guy. I think anybody who knows me knows that. But I agree with some of the things that he's kind of doing because it should just be the fucking standard.
Right.
If there's one standard, and you meet it or you don't. If you don't meet the standards, you can't do the job. If you do meet the standard, you can do it. I don't care if you're LGBTQ, whatever, doesn't matter, color, DEI, none of that. The standard is the standard. If you set one standard and keep it, anybody above it is allowed to do it. If you're below it, you can't. That's the way life goes.
Right.
Now,
100% agree. Well, I think the real thing that people on the left especially are up in arms about is they look at this as such a personal attack to trans, because you really what it boils down to is the trans part of it. The LGB still exists, right? It's everything after the B when it comes to the military is going away, and the reasoning that the left will make you seem is because we hate trans or whatever it is. But in reality, you can't have. Well, what's the point of letting trans people join in the military? They can't deploy. They can't do any of those things. That's the reason behind it. The reason behind it is there's no it's nothing personal against people who are trans. It's why the only reason why you join the military is so that you can defend the country, so that you can be deployable, so that you can go and do these tasks. You can't do them if you require medication. You can't join the army if you're a diabetic. There's a whole slew of things that keep you from being able to join the military. And it's not because we don't like you because you're trans. It's because I need to be able to count on you
and
in
win
the field,
the nation's wars,
and not worry about whether or not you took your hormone medication that morning, or that you got it delivered to you on time because you're in a place that we can't get medication to. You know what I mean? If you can't deploy, then you shouldn't be in the army, or you shouldn't be in the military. Period. And that's
Matt. I agree. If you can't fight and win the nation's wars, you don't have a place there. That is your only job, bro.
And there's plenty of places in the government outside of being in the military that you can put forth your service.
There's other civil service out there. Yes.
Exactly.